going, everyone? Emon here with Dune Serpents. Today I'm going to be covering Innov8 Racing. I've covered these wheels a bunch of times in my other build reviews and build updates, but they deserve their own video. I kind of want to really dive deep and explain how awesome these wheels are. Behind me I have a Land Rover Defender 89, Defender 90 with G500s and a raw machine finish, which I'll show you shortly. And to my left is my pre-runner. This has G600s with true beadlocks and a gold anodize finish. Both wheels behind me are 17 by 9. That's wrapped in a 34-inch Toyo MT. This is a EFG KM3 33-inch tire. I will be going 35 Toyos one side, do a rear end, engine swap, all that good stuff. That's another story. But right now these are wrapped in a 33. So let's dive deep into the wheels though. We're not here to talk about tires. Innov8 Racing, these are forged wheels. They're extremely strong. They have a Tech Light ring going around, so these are super lightweight beadlock ring. It literally weighs nothing. It's kind of trippy when you're installing these beadlocks. You're like, wow, these weigh close to nothing. This is a very easy install. I honestly had no issues installing these. It's just kind of time consuming, but that's with all beadlocks. Make sure you do it right the first time because you don't want to mess that up in the future. It will have its consequences. But yeah, this is not a powder coat. This is an anodize in gold. It's kind of like their signature gold. The KB Tech trucks have this gold. Innov8's famous for this gold. I went with this gold because it's kind of like classic. You know, when you think Innov8, KB Tech, you think gold. My three personal favorite colors from Innov8 Racing are, for their wheels, are this gold anodize, raw machine, which is just straight off the mill, you know, just raw. And then you have their tinted clear powder coat, which is really cool. But they can paint your wheels any color you want. So that's a really cool thing. This is a 6 by 5.5 pattern, I believe, whatever it is for the Toyota Tacomas. The G500s I have to my right, or G500s. These are a 5 by 5.5. It's kind of like a trophy truck lug pattern, which is pretty unique. It was a challenge at first, but nothing they couldn't handle. So this kind of like a custom wheel I got going here for this Defender. I believe I'm the first Defender to be running Innov8 Racing wheels, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, a lot of trophy trucks use these. Pre-runners use these. They don't bend, they don't crack. I had that experience with other wheels. I'm not going to call out the other brands out there, but let's just say I think these are the best of the best. I've had them on my truck now for a year and a half. I've hit jumps, I've hit whoops, potholes on the street, parking curbs, you name it, full speed. I've had zero issues with this wheel. The only thing you do have to take into consideration if you do get these wheels, to get them balanced, you have to find a tire shop that has a thicker, it's like a balancing hub where they put this to balance the wheels and tires. These couldn't fit on most shops because since it's a forged wheel, it's really thick. So that's one thing you have to take into consideration. Find a shop that mounts and balances huge wheels, like for semi-trucks and giant lifted trucks. You want to go somewhere like that, like four-wheel parts, for example. So that's where you're going to want to get these balanced. Now, let me bring the camera in closer so you can really see what the wheel looks like, and I can show you why these wheels are so special. Alright, I have no gimbal, I got no tripod, so if this is shaky, I apologize. I'm going to bring the camera in closer. You can just see how thick the spokes are on here, right? Because they're forged. They throw you off at first when you get them, but they are thick. So it is a strong wheel. Now, let me go to the Land Rover. See how well I can solo this camera. Let's go to the spare back here. This is the G500 and a raw machine finish. These are not real beadlocks because I didn't need beadlocks on here. This is just for cosmetics. So it still has a ring, but you know, it's not a real beadlock because I personally don't think you need beadlocks unless you're really going down to like below 8 or 9 PSI. But if not, you don't really need them. Unless you're also rock crawling and stuff like that and you're really going to be messing with your sidewall and all that good stuff, you know. You're going to be popping your tires and all that.
but we're pre-running out here, so I don't really run into that issue. Yeah, these are the raw machined. These are wrapped in a 34-inch tire. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Both of these bad boys side by side. I didn't clean my truck yet, so this is what they look like when they're dirty. Still looks pretty clean, right? It's actually kind of nice because when you off-road with the gold and the dust sits on it, it honestly looks amazing. Raw machine here is also a little dirty. I haven't cleaned these trucks, so this is what they look like without cleaning right here, and this is what they look like when it's clean. As far as cleaning goes, each wheel is different. It depends on what finish you do. I have the anodize on there, so I would avoid all tire and wheel cleaning products at all costs. Anything with chemicals, besides WD-40. I use WD-40 to clean these. This comes from Jason from Innov8. He told me to use WD-40 on these, and I have been. I've had no issue. And the best thing about WD-40 is it kind of leaves that residue on here, so it's not really dry at all times. It's, you know, always got a layer of moisture to it. WD-40 solves everything. I stand by that. Always keeps my wheels clean. It doesn't damage the anodize on here. So take that into consideration. You can see the kind of the color scheme I got going. The raw Baja designs with the raw wheels. Sometimes I put the ambers on here, obviously for amber performance, but also to match the wheels, because you know the photos got to look good. But yeah, those are Innov8 racing wheels. They're located in California. All their wheels are made here in the USA. They got pretty good lead times. Honestly, didn't wait that long. I got these a year ago. It took a couple weeks, but I know now they probably have a new warehouse and they're pumping out wheels even faster. I think my next wheel that I'm going to put on here is a G400. The G400s are an absolutely classic look. I believe it's a 6-spoke wheel, but it just looks so old school, and I absolutely love it. Going to get those in gold. They also have, I believe it's a G700 wheel, which is a brand new wheel. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong, but yeah, just go check out their website. All these wheels are there. You can call them if you have more questions. Favorite wheel on the market. Can't beat it. Best of the best. Made in the USA. Forged for life. And that's my review. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be doing other YouTube reviews as well. I think my next YouTube video is going to be just a video on my bumper, little things like that, so we can really dive deep on some of the parts that I have on the truck, because I know it can be overwhelming when I make a video on everything. So I'm going to start diving deep into individual things. So if you have anything you want me to cover on these trucks, any questions, any video ideas, just let me know. I'm down. So I'm going to start taking this whole YouTube thing a little more seriously. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Dune Serpents.